CCIF is the Critical Consumer Issues Forum. It was formed in 2010 as a way to bring commissioners, consumer advocates, and utility representatives together for discussion on energy issues and try to form some consensus on key issues where we could, especially those that relate most important to the customer.
We saw a gap when consumer advocates and utilities and regulators weren't talking to one another. They were talking past one another, and we thought, why not create a forum that we could bring these three groups together and maybe talk about some of the consumer issues.
One of the things that sets CCIF apart from other collaborative processes is the emphasis on having consumer advocates join in the discussions, and we really stress the importance of having them at the table to represent the customer interest.
It has allowed us to participate in a process with utilities and with regulatory agencies really on an even playing field.
The collaboration process that CCIF builds is quite valuable to regulators. Normally we make decisions in a process of contention and litigation in which we derive facts and evidence. But the CCIF is able to give us relationship.
To the utilities, I think it's important to hear from our regulators and our customers. Both of those stakeholders are really important to what we do and how we do it. So they have opinions, and this is a good forum for us to hear those opinions and hear where they're coming from.
The latest topic that CCIF has undertaken is Distributed Energy Resources, or DER, and those are essentially non-centralized sources of electricity generation. Most people would think of solar PV installations on their roof, but there are other things like microgrids and other types of distributed generation that would be included in that.
The topic of DER is a complicated issue. It requires consumer advocates, regulators, and utilities to work together to develop good policies to be able to move these technologies forward in a positive direction.
What CCIF has done is looked at 4 or 5 of the basic subjects: the financial model, the market deployment model, customer perspectives, and then operational issues as well. You have to understand how all of those pieces work together to enable long-term investment in utility systems, to ensure safety, reliability, service to our customers.
By allowing us to have these forums and these workshops and having these discussions, we can be better as a whole, and the whole industry then will see a more consistent and intelligent regulatory system that allows us to take advantage of what could be a very powerful tool in meeting the demands of our customers in the future.
A lot of people would believe that it's impossible to get these three groups to agree on issues. We've shown time and time again that when you get them together in the room and actually have them listen intently to what each other's perspectives and positions are, that they are able to develop consensus, and they begin to see that all three groups are really working toward common goals. They're just going about it in different ways.